Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today I'm going to be continuing doing Jack Skellington from Disney's Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So, welcome to part 2. If you missed part 1, go ahead to the end of this video. I am attaching the my crochet playlist, and you'll be able to check out the part 1. But where we left off is I have made 2 of Jack Skellington's legs. Very long. I don't know how I'm going to fit the whole guy in here. He's not. But I'm just at least going to be able to show what I'm working on while I'm working on it. It's just the end result. I'm just going to have to like take photos in pieces or something. Okay, so we finished rounds 1 and 2 for these legs. We didn't get far, but hopefully I can smash this body and head in either this part 2. I really ideally would love to do everything in this part 2, but I don't know how long the video is. My editor doesn't even allow me to do like a 2-hour video, so we'll see. If you need to speed up this video, go ahead and click on the gear button here. There's playback options to go fast or slow. You can pause, obviously. If you're a more visual person, you can click on the CC closed caption button and then lower the volume on the phone. My voice has been a little out of whack lately. I don't know if it's allergies or something. I don't know. Anyway, so let's continue with the body and the head. Now, place the first leg next to the second leg and join them together by working on the first leg. So this is my first leg, and you have to put it next to the second leg. But here's the thing, I didn't fasten this off. Why? Because wherever you can, avoid knotting, because it's just an extra knot in your project, and if you can do like a smoother transition, that would be great. So this is now my first leg. Putting it next to the second leg, I love how it tells you left, right. Not really. Okay, you have to do 6 single crochet stitches on the first leg, 6 single crochet stitches on the second leg, in total for 12 stitches. Okay, so that's kind of straightforward here. We're gonna grab some yarn up in here. Now, it didn't say to put markers, then again they don't. So why don't, just in case, oops, I hit the camera. Just in case, let's put a marker. There's nothing wrong with putting markers anywhere you want. You could always remove them if you don't need them. I just want to indicate where my last stitch was in case I need to track back or know where to end up. I don't know. We already know there's 6 stitches on each leg, so pretty much let's do another round. So what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1 like we do with every round, and then we're going to do our 6 single crochet stitches. In case you forgot, because I always go through all of my stitching beforehand for every video, so if anybody new's popping in, or just to refresh your memory, let's do a single crochet stitch. We're going to stick our hook into the next stitch over, front and back loops. Then we're going to yarn over, just putting the yarn over the hook. We're going to pull that through the first 2 loops there. Okay, then we're going to yarn over again and pull through those 2 loops. And we have our first single crochet stitch, so we just have to do 5 more. Again, into the next stitch, we're putting them in both front and back loops. We're going to yarn over, pull that through both loops, yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. That's 2. Let's do this one more time, walk you through. Into the next stitch, front and back loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we just have to do this 3 more times. I'll just count them out this time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now we're just going to hop on over to the next. I'm going to leave this in. So we're going to hop on over to the next leg. Now what I think we should do is tuck this in. So actually, why don't we do that? Let's pull out a big loop so we don't lose that stitch. Let's just cram this piece in here, just so that's out of the way. We like to leave in a good length of yarn because we never know if we're gonna be crocheting into it, if we're going to be sewing into it. So it's always good to be safe than sorry. It's easier to cut yarn than it is to add yarn. So since we're not using this, I'm just gonna tuck this in the leg. So it might take a bit because it is a skinny leg, but we'll get it in there. Okay, and just make sure that end kind of clears at least the top row so you don't accidentally crochet into it. Okay, but now we're going to continue. We're going to put our hook back into that loop, and then we're going to close it up a little bit. All right, just leave a little slack there. And now we're going to do the 6 single crochet stitches in the other leg. Just getting some yarn here. I don't like these balls. Look what happened. It's just so annoying. Like, I like the spools that you can pull the yarn from the inside because you don't have to deal with all this mess. Okay. Just rolling this up. Now, I mean, you really don't necessarily need a spot to put into. Any stitch is fine. I'm just going to choose the one with the knot just because it's there. So put your hook into front and back loops of the first stitch you decide to use on the other leg, and we're going to do a single crochet stitch like we did with the other leg, and we're going to do 6 of these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, so we have 6 and 6 now. Let's see what round 32 is. Ooh, 32 through 36. We're gonna single crochet stitch all 12 stitches. So this is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna do the slip stitch, you guys. Let's remove this marker if you put one. I did. But now we have to just count back 12 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I forget how dark this yarn is. It's so hard to count your stitching. Oh my gosh, this is a really skinny Jack Skellington. Okay, we did a slip stitch. Oh, let me take that back so I can teach you how to do it in case you forgot from the first video. So we count back 12 stitches. You want to put your hook into that 12 stitch front and back loops like that, and then you want to yarn over, and we're going to pull it through all the loops. That's pretty much just what a slip stitch is. Okay, all 3 loops. Good. Let's mark that last stitch we made, and then we can continue on to the 32nd round and do it till the 36th. So if you have markers, let's whip them out now. This will be 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Lay them out here. Once you use them up, you know that you're on your 36th round, and then that way you won't lose count, because I love these markers. These are great. Okay, so let's do this. Just gathering some yarn up here. Like we do with all rounds, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 12 single crochet stitches. 1. Well, I don't need a count. I have my stopper, and then I'll count marker, and I'll count afterwards. Last stitch. I'm going to remove the marker. Oh no, don't. We're counting. Oof. Okay. Alright, we count back 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, then we're going to put in a marker. So now we know we're on our 33rd round here. It's really, this yarn is not that great, so it's really hard to put the marker around the yarn and not poke through it. It's okay, it's only temporary. Okay. Chain 1, 12 single crochet stitches. Oh no. Sorry, I'm like just tore through that. I accidentally stuck my hook into this stitch here, only a few threads, and I just ripped it. I had no patience. Sorry, don't do that. Just undo the stitch and redo it. Ah, okay. Count back 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Just have to do this 3 more times. I guess we can just sit here in silence now while I do this. Okay, so now we are done with 32 through 36. It says, okay, trim and fold a 14-inch piece of craft wire in half to make a V shape. Bend ends as if they were longer than Jack's legs. Insert the craft wire ends into both legs. Ooh. Okay, we got to do the crafty part now. So grab your packet that has the wire in it. Just back and slide, keep it lint free if possible. Okay. I'm going to move this book because I have my handy dandy mat. And we have to do 14-inch piece of craft wire. Jeez, okay. So this is about 8 inches. Just gotta straighten it out. We're gonna do 8 and then we're gonna do 6 inches. So here's the 8. I'm gonna go and find 6. Okay, so about here. Now, question is, this is kind of soft wire. I wish I had my, I put it back in the tool bag. You want to get like a wire cutter. It's soft, it cut with my detail knife, but you know, you don't want to ruin good sharp knives. But I probably need a new one at this point. But yeah, so we have 14 inches. You can put this back in the baggie. We have to fold this in half. Okay. Just trying to line it up as best as you can. I'm just going to close this in on itself to where we can pinch it to make a V. This is very pliable, so it's not bad, but you're not going to get this super straight line unless you got something going on, I don't know, machine or something. But here's our wire folded in half. Okay. Then it says bend the ends as if they were longer than Jack's legs to make the feet, I guess. I feel like you should do that after. But anyway, go. And then insert the craft wire ends into both legs. I'm gonna bend this after because this is gonna snag. Like I just cut this with a scissor and I can already feel the end is not smooth at all. So you know it's gonna grab this really not so great yarn. So let's do that. Slip this into the body. It's a little exciting though, isn't it? And then you just gotta fish it in both legs. Try to do a little bit of both at a time so that you go in the same. It's even and ooh, even Steven. Uh-oh. Here, this hook fell out. Let's do what we normally do. Let's make this loop big, very big, so we don't lose the knot. And we can remove this hook so it doesn't slip out again. But yeah, just keep fishing it in there. Okay. I think I got mine almost all the way down to the middle. Ooh, shoot. Yeah, it hit the end of the road there. So, and then I'm just gonna bend it now, just because if we put it in that way, that would have never made it down there without snagging that yarn. Okay. Sorry, this is kind of silly. There we go. We got our legs, our lanky legs. Oh, the yarn sticks out. What I would do is, if you can do like a rubber stopper, like they are backing, like they do with earrings or something, or you can do like a piece of cotton, maybe foam or something, put it on the end, tape it up with some strip tape. Yeah, so this is not safe for kids. The fact that there's metal in here, I wouldn't hand this over to a child. Okay, now let's go back here, see what they want us to do now. Okay, round 37. We're going to do an increasing stitch, 3 single crochet stitches 3 times to end up with 15. So let us pull out our project. We're going to stick our hook back in the loop, the large loop we made. I'm going to pull it, leave some slack in there. Oh, I hit that. Always hitting the camera, always. So let's gather up some yarn. I like to gather up a good amount of yarn, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do round 37. Oh, this is the joy. Comment below, let me know if you have this problem. You can probably, like, sometimes I get so upset that I unravel all this and turn it into a ball, but I don't have time for that. Okay. I'll show you how to do an increasing stitch. It's fairly easy. All it is doing 2 single crochet stitches in one. Okay. So let's chain 1, and then we're going to do an increasing stitch. I'll show you how to do that. So we have to do, stick our hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now into that same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we have our first increasing stitch, which is basically 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch. So now we have to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we have to do an increasing stitch. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we have to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now one more time. We're going to do an increasing stitch into the next hook, stitch, sorry, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next, same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we're doing our last 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. So now I'm going to count back. We have to have 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Stick your hook into the 15th stitch. Yarn over, pull through everything on your hook. And then we're going to remove this marker and put it in the last stitch we made. Or at least try to. Okay. So now we do round 38. 38, we do an increasing stitch, and this time we do 4 single crochet stitches 3 times to make 18 stitches. So chain 1, increasing stitch into the same next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops into the next, or the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we have our first increasing stitch. We're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do an increasing stitch. We're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do an increasing stitch. And then we're going to do our last 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Let's remove the marker. 4. Then we're going to count back 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Into the 18th stitch. I'm going to do a slip stitch, then mark it up, and then we can do round 39. So for round 39 we have to do an increasing stitch and then 5 single crochet stitches 3 times. I wonder why this is so not in focus sometimes. Okay. Chain 1, we're going to do our increasing stitch into the next hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we have our 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increasing stitch, then last 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove the marker. 5. Then we're going to count back 21 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Do a slip stitch, then mark off your last stitch. Okay, so now we are going to do round 40. Let me grab some yarn here. Okay, so round 40 we're going to do an increasing stitch, And we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches 3 times to get 24 stitches altogether. And I'm just dealing with the tangle right now. Hate it. Okay. Gather up some yarn here. So this is kind of moving swimmingly. Knock on wood. Okay. So let's do our increasing stitch. We're going to chain 1. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 2. And then we're going to do our last 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove the marker. And 6. So now we're going to count back 24 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yarn over, pull through all loops. Mark the last stitch. Okay, now we're on to 41. Increase stitch, 7 crochet stitches 3 times. We're going to end up with 27. Wow, they're really spreading them out, right? Look, it's turning into a... Wow, that's crazy. Jack's figures worked from bottom up. Start from the legs and crochet. Doesn't that not match what's going on here? No, maybe it is. Okay, we're doing his chest. Okay. Scared me a minute. Alright, so chain 1. We're going to do an increasing stitch. We're going to do 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Increasing stitch. 1, 2, 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, increasing stitch. 1, 2, and then last 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove the marker. 7. And now we're going to count back 27 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yarn over and pull through all loops and then mark off the last stitch. Okay. So for round 42, we have to do an increasing stitch, 8 single crochet stitches 3 times, and end up with 30. Man, count's getting higher. Alright, so let me just grab some yarn again. Hopefully it'll be easy this time. Okay, it is a little bit. Alright. Okay, so let's chain 1, then let's do our increasing stitch. 1, 2, then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do a single, we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do our last 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remove the marker. 8. So now we have to count 30 and then do a slip stitch. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So now for rounds 43 and then 44, we're going to do 30 single crochet stitches. So this should be easy. No switch stitch alternating. It's just single crochet stitches all the way. Chain 1 and then 30. Oh, I don't have to count. So we'll just sit here in silence actually while I do this. Okay, so the last stitch should be positioned on the side of the body. I'll tell you that it's not. Well, so what to do? That's why I always have this problem with the amigurumi things, because I spiral up. Comment below if you don't. Because I must be doing something wrong. Unless I contort it. Yeah, maybe it's just not... Yeah, maybe I didn't fold it right. I just squashed it down randomly. But it just seems like it's not really at the side. It's kind of on the side, really, but not so much. I just hate this. So let's see what happens, because this kind of happened when I did a kit. And I don't remember, I think it was like a puppy dog or something, and then I had to rearrange its face because it wasn't looking right. Because I had to switch colors. I'm assuming we're going to switch to the white soon, so let's see what happens. The last stitch should be positioned on the side of the body. In next rounds, the stitches decrease to shape the shoulders. Okay. So, let's hope for the best, because this isn't looking right. If I lay this flat and I squish from the waist down here, this stitch is off to the side, but not off to the side. It's got like 3-4 stitches. So if you see a chunk of video missing, it's because I'm going to correct it and I'm going to move forward, adjusting, because I don't know if you have the same issue. We can talk about it. Comment below if this is what you got or if this is not what you got, and then maybe I'll try to do another video to be in the situation you are in, so that you can get this V-neck to happen. Okay, so invisible decrease, and then 3 single crochet stitches 6 times to end up with 24. Now, let me just double check, because I call them just a decreasing stitch. They call it invisible decreasing stitch. And I just want to make sure that that is the same thing, because then I can just go about doing it the same way I do it. Okay, invisible decrease. Insert your hook into the front loop of the next stitch, and then immediately to the front loop of the following stitch. Okay, so it is slightly different. Alright, let's do this. So, we're going to chain 1, like we always do. Alright, so in the next stitch, we're just going to use the front loop only. So stick your hook into the front loop of the next stitch. Hope you guys can see that. Just the front loop. You see how it's splitting my braid? Just the front loop. And then we're going to immediately put the hook, oh wait, yeah, into, I just read it a few seconds ago. Oh Lord. Insert the hook in the front of the loop next to the stitch, and then immediately in the front loop of the following stitch. Yes, I got that right. So yeah, so we got into this first loop. Now into the next loop over, front loop only. Stick your hook in there till it splits. Okay, we have 3 loops now on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over and draw through the first 2. 1, 2, and then we're going to yarn over and draw through both loops left on the hook. So that's how they do an invisible decreasing stitch. So now we have to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and we split the yarn. 2, 3. Then we're going to do an invisible decreasing stitch. So again, into the next stitch, front loop only. Oops, front loop only. Into the next stitch, front loop only. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do our decreasing stitch. So into the next stitch, front loop only. Into the next stitch, front loop only. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 3 single crochet stitches. Okay. Then we're going to do our invisible decreasing stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then our invisible decreasing stitch. Three single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3. Decreasing stitch, invisible decreasing stitch. And then 3 single crochet stitches. Remove the marker. 3. Okay, then we're going to count back 24. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, G4, and mark it off. Okay. Stuff the body lightly and continue to add stuffing as you go. Hey, you know, whatever happened to... Oh, here it is down at the bottom. Alright, so we're going to grab our stuffing. I don't think I can get these down to the legs. That ain't happening. This just doesn't... Alright, so we are going to pop open this vacuum sealed stuffing that came in the box. Okay. I'm gonna pull some. Ooh, this is soft. Pull some stuffing out. Dexter's here to smell the stuffing. Hi, buddy. Want to say hi? Oh, this is Buddy. Say hello. This is Paws. Alright. I'm going to take this stuffing and stuff part of this body here. It's very feathery than the other kits. Okay, and then it says we're going to stuff as we go. Like, oh, let's make this big loop here. Because I don't know how far we're supposed to go with this. But I'm going to try to get this as far as I can go. There's like no way that I'm going to be able to get it in the legs. But I'm going to get it into the waist. Okay. I actually need to add more stuffing actually. And I actually bought a bag of stuffing, so I can be very free with my stuffing. with you guys out there, I don't know how these kits are, so I can't tell you if you have to use it sparingly or not. Because some people like to have a nice firm doll. For this occasion, I like to have it firm. Because he's such a tall and lanky doll here. Like, I don't... You know, if he's too squishy, he might be limping. So I'm just going to squeeze down the stuffing. But you can buy extra stuffing on Amazon. The Dollar Tree sells them, I've seen, but you have to find it because not every Dollar Tree has the same stuff. But I guess Amazon is the easy bet, or a hobby store. You could also look for the extra soft ones. I'm going to put this hook back in here. We are no longer at the side of the body. Now that we fill this in, it's straightening out. And it's more off to the middle, kind of. Alright. So now we're going to do round 46. And that says to do a invisible decreasing stitch. Then 2 single crochet stitches. And we're going to be doing this 6 times. To end up with 18 stitches. So let's do that. I'm going to gather up some yarn here. Oh, Dexter here. Okay, just wrapping all this yarn around my finger. Just how I like to have it. Okay, so chain 1, then we're going to do our invisible decreasing stitch into the next stitch, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, then we're going to do our invisible decreasing stitch, so front loops only, into the next stitch, oops, into the next stitch, front loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, into the next stitch, front loop only, oh whoops, I keep wanting to grab, into the next stitch, front loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, invisible decreasing stitch, into the next stitch, front loop only, into the next stitch, front loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 single crochet stitches, okay, then we're going to do a invisible decreasing stitch, into the next stitch, into the next stitch. This is kind of getting in repetitive, so 2 single crochet stitches, decreasing invisible stitch, oops, okay, and then 2 single crochet stitches, I'm going to move the marker. I'm going to count back 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. His legs are so long that I can't like fit it in frame as I'm doing this. Okay. Mark off the last stitch. Alright. So we have this. Now we have round 47. Round 47 is invisible decreasing stitch, 1 single crochet stitch 6 times to end up with 12, and then we're going to change to white. They tell you how to change to white in the instruction book. I'm going to show you how they do it, which is the same way I pretty much do it. So, chain 1, we're going to do our invisible decreasing stitch. Okay. Then we're going to do a single crochet stitch, and we're going to alternate those 2 stitches. So invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch. Try not to get the stuffing while you're doing this. Invisible decreasing stitch. I just want to bend these legs. I'm going to bend these legs for a bit because I really like to work on top of my surface, and the legs are off the table. It's just really difficult. It's going to look contorted, sorry. But we can bend it back. Okay. Decreasing invisible stitch, or invisible decreasing stitch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm getting a little tired. Single crochet stitch. As you get smaller, there's gonna be bigger gaps, so that's just, you know, nature of the beast when you do these things. You can sew them closer together later, but yeah. And again, we're just alternating single crochet stitches with the invisible decreasing stitch until we get to the end. Okay, let me count back because my marker showing me something different. Maybe I skipped something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So either this is a typo or I messed up somewhere in here, but we have to have 12 stitches and I only have 11. Because I know this because I'm counting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This isn't 12 because this is our chain 1. So we just did a single crochet stitch. I'm just going to do another single crochet stitch. So this part here, like when you get to the end and you know it's just closing off, it's okay to not exactly follow, because we just ultimately have to have 12 stitches. So comment below, let me know in this round if you did do the invisible decreasing stitch and 1 single crochet stitch 6 times and ended up with 12. Maybe I messed up somewhere, but you just have to end up with 12. Now, before we count back 12 and do a slip stitch, we are switching to white. So I want to show you how we do that. So pull your hook out, make sure you got a good nice loop here. Do we have to mark this off? Let's see. I mean, yes, this is continuing for quite some time. So take your marker and put it in the last stitch you made. We're marking that off. And then we're going to switch to white. So let's set this aside here and pull out your white yarn. Okay. And again, it's not like a good spool to where you can just pull from the inside. So we're going to have to deal with the same, or at least I'm going to have to deal with the same problems that I did with the black yarn. Okay, I'm going to gather up some yarn here. So let me show you how to cast on a stitch. This is seen in, no it's not. So we're going to cast a stitch onto the hook. And how you do that is you take your ring finger and your pinky and your thumb, you grab the end piece right here. Then we're going to take our index and middle finger and hold apart maybe about an inch or two. We're going to take our hook, lie it perpendicular to the yarn. Then we're going to go down, out, and around to make a little loop like that. And I'll do it again for you guys. Perpendicular to the yarn, down, out, and around to make a little loop. I'm going to take my middle finger on this hand and just hold that in place while I let go of the other hand. I want to gather up a little bit of yarn because we're going to do our yarn over and all that jazz. But before that, I like to remove as much excess yarn as possible so we don't waste it. So pinch the end of the yarn here. We're going to slide this hook on down. If you need to, you can wrap it around. Just make sure you hold this in place. You can wrap it around your finger more. But yeah, put that hook close to the end as possible. Where it crosses, we're going to pinch that with this thumb and middle finger. Just like that, so that it doesn't move. You can just move the needle or the hook. We're going to yarn over and you're going to slip that through the loop like that. And then we're going to tighten up this knot. So what you do is you take your thumb and your index. You're going to pinch with your thumb and middle on this side, the end piece. And you're going to push that knot all the way down till it can't go anymore. And once you hit a stopping point, then you can take your thumb and middle finger and pull that little excess piece out to tighten up this knot a little bit. You don't have to go too crazy, just enough to keep it snug. Then what I'm going to do is grab this knot with my index and thumb, and we're going to slide the knot up towards the hook. You want to leave yourself some room here because we are going to use this to switch colors. I'm going to slip this off the hook and I'm going to set this aside because we are going to grab our project. We're going to slip the hook back into the loop, tighten it up a little bit so we have our little space there. Now let's count back 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stick your hook into the 12th stitch. Now, instead of using the black yarn, hold that with your middle and ring finger so you can hold it out to the side like this, like that. We're going to grab our white yarn, slip that right onto the hook. You know, hold it there with your finger if you have to, while we gather up some yarn here. And what you're going to do is we're going to pull this through all the loops. And now we have made our nice transition to white. Okay, so let's look at the next sheet because we're moving on to the 48th round. Now what I want to know is if we're going to ever switch back to black. And when. Because we can leave this attached or we can cut it off. So it looks like we're doing white for 48, 49, through 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, okay. 56, oh, really? Trim a piece, craft wire, here we go again. Okay. Alright, 63, 64, stuffing as I go. Let's see, fasten off, leaving a long tail. That doesn't sound right. All in white? Are you kidding? Change to white. I just don't believe that. Let's see. Somewhere it has to say black, right? Alright, I guess not. Not even here. Oh, it goes straight up to the head is why. Alright. So it looks like we're not going back to black. So what I'm going to do now, since we're not going back to black, you can cut this off. What I'm going to do is leave about an inch or two. Right? And then what we're going to do is tie it around the white yarn so that we don't lose stitching in the future. And it doesn't have to be tight. I'm going to do this 2 times. Just tie the black one around the white one. Okay, and then we're going to tuck this in the project so we don't have to worry about it. But you can use your hook. I'm just going to use my finger. Just stuff it down there because you don't want to accidentally grab it. And then we're going to do round 48. I think in this video we're probably good up till the face. So let's get rid of the black here. I have my leftover black. Comment below, let me know if you have any leftover black. I know depending on the user it's always different, but this is how much I have left. But yeah. Alright, so let me just grab some white. Wrap it around the finger. So we are doing a invisible decrease. Textures, hairs everywhere. Invisible decrease 6 times, and we're going to end up with 6 stitches. Ooh. So make sure you get your stuffing in. This is probably the last opportunity to get your stuffing into. I feel like I can use a little bit more, to be honest. So, and I just did this, so but I can fit a little bit more. I want this guy to be a little stiff. So the more you add, the stiffer he will be. And this is very cloud-like. So if you like it squishy, this is definitely the stuffing you want because it's so fluffy. Okay. Alright, I think that'll be it. But yeah, so we gotta do 6 invisible decreasing stitches. So let's chain 1. Then we're gonna do our front loop only, next loop, front loop only, next loop, yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. Into the next stitch, front loop only, into the next stitch, front loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the next stitch, front loop only, into the next stitch, front loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the next stitch, front loop only, into the next stitch, front loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the next stitch, front loop only, into the next stitch, front loop only. It happened again. Yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. Yeah, I don't know why, but we're supposed to end up with 6, so let's count back, see how much we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. this isn't 6, this is the chain 1. So it happened again. Comment below, let me know. I'm just going to do a single crochet stitch here because we just need to end up with 6 stitches. Maybe I'm not putting it in the right spot. I don't know. Alright, so let's count back 6 stitches and then do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Front and back loops. Yarn over, pull through all loops, and let's mark up that last stitch. Okay. Okay, so now we have 49 through 51. So we have 49, 50, 51. We are going to do single crochet stitches. Oh, let's bring this down. We're going to do single crochet stitches in all 6 stitches. So that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to do that in silence. Okay, so now we have, I just hate working with small 6 stitches is terrible. All right, I did struggle there, you saw me. Okay, so next we're gonna do 52, and that is increasing 6 times, so we're going back up again, so we end up with 12 stitches. And I believe I've got the increasing down, so I don't think I'll end up with a weird mishap like I did before with the invisible decreasing. But yeah, so let's do the chain and let's do the increasing stitch. Just in case you forgot, stick it into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then in that same stitch, put in the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. It's basically 2 single crochet stitches in one. So let's do that again 5 more times. This is a long neck, by the way. And then I don't know when, but my alarm is gonna go off to give my Dexter dinner. He's lurking about, trying to get my attention, telling me it's dinner time. Not yet, buddy. A few more minutes. So, okay. Last stitch. Let's do 1 and then remove the marker, and then we'll do our last one with the increasing stitch. Okay, now let's count back 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I wonder what's harder to read, the black or the white one, because I feel like there are 2 shades that don't work well when trying to decipher what's a stitch or not, I feel. Marking this up again. Okay, row 53. We're going to increase 12 times. Ooh, we're jumping because we're making his head right now. So, chain 1. And we're going to do increasing stitches all the way around. Comment below, let me know if you can hear him. Oh, there's his alarm. Alright, you guys. Alright, buddy. Let me just finish to the end of this row. And I'm going to pause it here. And then we'll continue. I'll feed him and then we'll continue. I got it, buddy. Jeez. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Just a few more minutes, buddy. Yes. It's like, no. It's my time. Okay. Alright, let me just count back. How many is it? 24 stitches, or are we 12? I think we're at 24. That's fine. Well, definitely 24. So let's count back 24 and do a slip stitch. Right, buddy? Yeah. I know. 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. Right, buddy? Right? Right? Yes? Okay, before he starts eating my leg. No. Alright, we're going to come back and continue with round 54. So, one moment, please. Right, buddy? Yes. Okay. Back again. Gathering up some yarn. So we are going to do round 54, and we're doing an increasing stitch, 3 single crochet stitches 6 times to get to 30. Okay. Alright. So, chain 1, and we're going to do our increasing stitch. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. Yikes. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do our increasing stitch. 3 single crochet stitches. Increasing stitch. I'm going to straighten out these legs. They're actually now giving me a hard time. The whole thing is giving me a hard time. Alright, what was I doing? Increasing stitch, 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do an increasing stitch. 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. An increasing stitch. 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. An increasing stitch. 1, 2, and then the last 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Let's remove the marker. Okay, so now we're going to count back to 30 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh my gosh. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, stick your hook into the 30th stitch, do a slip stitch, mark it off, and then we're going to move on to round 55. And that is an increasing stitch, and we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. Six times and end up with 36. So chain 1, increasing stitch, 1, 2. Okay, then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increasing stitch. 1, 2. It's going to be a big head. 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Increasing stitch. 4 single crochet stitches, 2, 3, 4. It's not going into both front and back loops. 4. Okay, increasing stitch. 1, 2. I gotta get more yarn here. Okay, where did I leave off? Increasing stitch. Okay, 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increasing stitch. 4 single crochet stitches. Increasing stitch, and then 4 single crochet stitches. Remove the marker. Then we're going to count back 36 stitches and do a slip stitch. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 36. Put your marker in, and then we're going to be doing around 56 through 62. So 56, see 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, and 62. All right, so we have this ready to go. We got to do single crochet stitches in all 36 stitches. So obviously this portion I'm going to do it all in silence so you guys can chill, do what you need to do while I work this. I hope this doesn't end up becoming a long video. So we completed 56 through 52. This is a really big head, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. And then the body is, I don't know, is that the right proportions? But this sucker's huge, man. Well, this is definitely worth the price. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can go get it yourself. I don't remember the price point. But yeah, let me remove this off my finger. It says trim a 5-inch piece of craft wire, fold it in half and twist it to give it more strength. Insert from the middle of the head until it reaches the middle of the body. This is essential to keep Jack's head upright. Okay, so I'm just going to move this off my mat for a little bit. And then we're going to pull the wire out again. We're going to measure out 5 inches. And I gotta pull out my scissors. Again, use pliers to cut these so that you don't ruin your nice scissors. Alright, so we have 5 inches. We have to fold it in half. So like we did before, we're just gonna line up these two ends and then squish it down to the other end. And then twist it to give it more strength. And again, if you use a plier, this will be so much easier. You don't have to worry about hurting your fingers. Plus mine just has lotion on it, so it's slippery. But we're gonna try to twist this. I'm gonna use this because my fingers are so slippery. Actually, I'm gonna go grab any kind of rubber. If you have a rubber band, I'm using my rubber glove. That will kind of give it more grip and you can twist it more. Okay. I'm really twisting it. That's nice. Look at that. Alright, so now we have to insert from the middle of the head until it reaches middle of the body. This is essential to keep Jack's head upright because his head is stinking large. So we're gonna do this, pull out a huge loop so we don't lose that stitch, remove the hook because you don't want to drop that. Now you have to look into here, there's a little small hole, and because this is so big, it's folded right now, but I'm going to pull it away from frame so that I can, or maybe I'll lay it this way, yeah. Okay, so there's a hole here. You stick your wire in that hole. It's going to go through the neck here, and then it's going to go through the body. So you want to stick that halfway, it says. So it's halfway is like about here. You have that stuffing, but you want to maybe pierce it somehow, and I just bent my wire now, so oh dear. Okay, it is what it is. So I have this little piece sticking out from it. It feels loose. Try to just leave it in there. The stuffing will like compact on it, so try not to have this fall out for now. Okay. So in the middle of the head until it reaches the middle of the body, this is essential to keep Jack's head upright. So we have to complete round 63, 64, and then it mentions to stuff. So we just gotta survive 2 rows before we can stuff it. I really want to stuff the head so that we can make sure that wire does not come out. So let's do this. I'm gonna grab some yarn actually, and we're using up this white. Remember how it used to look? Now I can fit this all in my hand. Oh no, we have a knot. So if you've seen my last video, I showed you how to hide these. I'll just show you again. But we have a knot, and that usually happens in manufacturing. They'll finish from one large skein, when they're spooling this stuff, and they'll just tie a knot. And you just have to work with it. That's just what happens. So for round 63, we have to do invisible decrease and then single crochet 4, and then we do it 6 times and end up with 30. So it seems like now we are closing the head off, which is okay because this head is really large. Okay, so we chain 1, we do our invisible decrease, so in the next stitch front loop only, into the next stitch front loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so now we have to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do an increasing stitch into the front loop of the next stitch, into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, an increasing, decreasing invisible stitch, front loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to do a 4 single crochet stitches, and then we're going to do our invisible decreasing stitch, four stitches, invisible decreasing stitch, four single crochet stitches, invisible decreasing stitch, and the last 4 single crochet stitches, we're going to remove the marker, then we're going to count back 30 and do a slip stitch, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me double check that. Jeez. 3, 5, 3, 10, 3, 15, 3, 20, 3, 25, 3, 30. Okay. Slip stitch, mark off your last stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do round 64. We have invisible decrease and 3 single crochet stitches 6 times to end up with 24 stitches. So chain 1, we're going to do our decreasing, invisible decreasing stitch, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and invisible decreasing stitch, and 3 single crochet stitches, 3 invisible decreasing stitch, 3 single crochet stitches, 2, 3 decreasing, invisible decreasing stitch. Oh, whoops. 4 single crochet stitches, 3 single crochet stitches, 2, 3 invisible decreasing stitch, 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, then invisible decreasing stitch, and then final 3 single crochet stitches. Okay, remove the marker. I'm going to count back 24 and then do a slip stitch. 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. Okay, slip stitch. And we are nearing that knot. So annoying. Mark this off. Okay. And then it says, stuff the head lightly and continue to add stuffing as we go. So this is great because I just want to secure that wire there. So again, I'm going to grab my stuffing and I'm going to grab some of it. Okay. I'm going to put this in here. Want to make sure you get all around that wire. I know this is hard to see, you guys, because Jack Skellington is really long. It did say it was going to be like, what, a foot long? But this is definitely a foot long. Just stuffing this a little bit more. So yeah, I'm going to stuff as I go. Maybe that's good enough. Let's just get more yarn because we're going to move on to round 65. And I think each row, or maybe the next 2, I'll start stuffing again. It's because we're gonna, it looks like we're going quick down to 6 stitches, and it's really hard to stuff when you have a 6 stitch hole. It's very tiny. It's the neck size, and you know me, I'm not a fan of that at the moment. It's a really long neck. Alright, I'm just getting some yarn here. Okay. Now we have to deal with this at the same time, so. Alright, for the 65th round, we have to do invisible decrease, 2 single crochet stitches 6 times to get 18. So, chain 1. See if we can try to get it before the knot. Okay, so this is right behind the knot. You want to try to keep the knot behind your project. You don't want to pull it out on the other side because then obviously it'll show. So try to keep the knot behind you. But we're going to do the invisible decreasing stitch now. Front loop, front loop. Then we do 2 single crochet stitches. 1, 2. And invisible decreasing stitch, front loop, right, 2 single crochet stitches, 2, okay, invisible decreasing stitch, 2 single crochet stitches, 2 invisible decreasing stitches, I mean 1 invisible decreasing stitch, sorry, 2 single crochet stitches, okay, invisible decreasing stitch, 2 single crochet stitches, invisible decreasing stitch, and then last 2 single crochet stitches. Okay, then we can remove this marker. We're going to count back 18 and do a slip stitch. So 3, 5, 3, 10, 3, 15, 18. Okay, find your marker. Clip it. Okay, I guess I'll do one more before I stuff, and I'll end up with 12 stitches, which is a decent size to stuff before we start getting into the 6th stitch. So we have to do an invisible decreasing stitch and then a single crochet stitch 6 times. So chain 1, I'm going to do the invisible decreasing stitch, always gets harder towards the end of the project when you're closing it because the gaps get bigger. Did I do 2 or did I do 1? I think I did 1. And for me, I always find it harder to keep track of the stitches that I make when it's near the end. So bear with me. Okay, the last set of invisible decreasing stitch and single crochet stitch. Okay, remove the marker. I'm going to count back 18 and do a slip stitch, or 12, sorry. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, mark this up here. Alright, let's stuff this as much as we can. Again, this is kind of large. So I want to fill it to make it firm enough. And Sorry again, like this is so big it can't even fit in frame, but I'm just stuffing the head. And I'm just feeling it out. Maybe you could use one more. Again, like I don't know how much stuffing is good for you guys. In case I run out of the one they've provided, I actually have more stuffing. So if you use it up, I mean, you know, I would suggest getting more. Alright, I'm gonna pull this loop out because my hook keeps coming out. Okay. I think this is okay. Yeah, let's just call it. Alright, put my hook back in. Tighten this up a little bit. I'm gonna grab my yarn back. Oh, it came out anyway. Okay. So we are gonna do the last round, 67. It's invisible decreasing stitch 6 times, and we'll end up with 6 stitches. We're gonna fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing. Use the tapestry needle to pick up all the front loops of the last round. Pull tight together and close. Weave in the end. Okay. So I'll explain all of that. But let's do our last round. I love this part, you guys. Okay, chain 1, and then we're going to do invisible decrease 6 times. So all front loops, 2 of them. Wait, let me undo this because I got to make sure I pick up. I don't know if you saw it, I split the yarn again because this yarn isn't all that great. And we're just doing this all the way around, you guys. Pretty simple and straightforward. Last one. I want to remove the marker because it's taking up both front and back loops and we just need the front one, so I want to be able to grab it easier. So remove the marker, front loop only for that. I don't know why they do the front loop because it's good to have both loops. It makes a tighter stitch, a stronger stitch. But anyway, alright, so now we're going to count off 16 and do 6 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, slip stitch that. We don't need to mark it because we're pretty much going to fasten it off. So they want you to do a long tail for sewing. Now, I wish they gave a number because I'm just going to use... Let's just do the lot of this. 8 inches I have on this mat. So I'm just going to measure 8 inches roughly. We're going to cut this up. I'm trying to hold this large Jack Skellington in my hand. Okay. And we're going to fasten this off. And how you do so is we're going to yarn over. Going to pull it through the loop, but pull it all the way out like that. Then we're going to tighten up the knot on here, and then it says take a needle. Now anytime I can avoid pulling out needles, because as much as I'm an adult, I would prefer not using anything with a sharp end. So let me just show you. It said front loops, so that's easy to just weave in with this. So if you were sewing, you would obviously go through the front loop, come out, you know, pull it, you know, so, and then go through the next one. We're going to do that. We're just going to do that with a hook. So take your, stick your hook through that front loop, of the first out of 6 stitches. You're going to yarn over and pull that through, and you're just going to keep doing that 5 more times through the front loop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and well, if you wanted to put it back in that original 6. All right, so we did that, and then it says just pull, you know, and we're already there because we kind of weaved it in with our hook. But what I like to do to tie it, because this is just weaving it in, you want this to be secure. You don't want any holes coming out to where the stuffing comes out. So find a little spot near this excess piece, stick your hook in it, make sure the other end comes out, because we're going to hook this. Oh, and I'm doing this with my left hand, aren't I? I told you guys, I'm a lefty. Alright, let me switch. So, same thing, find a spot near that end piece, stick your hook in so that it comes in and out like that. We're going to yarn over and pull that through, pull up a loop like that. Then we're going to yarn over again and fasten off, pull that all the way through. That's how I'm going to tighten up the weaving, and then I'll show you how to tuck it inside the head. So this piece is fairly long. Let's make this shorter. So leave like an inch and a half, something like that. What I'm going to do is just under the surface, I'm going to put this hook in, and I'm going to try to glide it just under the surface. I want to avoid the stuffing, and then I'm going to pop it right next to the excess piece here. You want to hook it around the hook, and you want to drag it in there again just under the surface, but you want to pull that guy down till it disappears. Okay, I know I'm doing this with my left hand, but it just felt awkward with my right. And then don't remove the needle. If you can without snagging stuffing, by all means pull it out that way. If you feel like you can't let go of some stuffing that's in there, just push the hook out. Make sure you don't see stuffing. So if you see like the white stuff, don't push. If you find another spot and you see the hook, you can push it and then just pull it out through the other side, and that's how you get it out cleanly. And then you can form the head, and this thing is flimsy to say the least. So I know it tells you to put this wire in there, but look, that's a bobblehead. But anyway, this is it, you guys. This is what we have so far. We're gonna do a part 3 video because this guy is really long. I can't, let me just close this book for a second. Okay, so I'm going to start in one corner and end at the other corner because that's how I can lay it out flat without bumping into anything. But look how long this is. I have a ruler on this mat here. Let me measure it. We've got 8 inches here. We've got, for me, I have, because I do loose stitching, we have 13 inches. It's supposed to be 12, but I have 13 because as you see, like, my stitching is fairly loose. If you're a beginner, because I've done it, beginners tend to do tight stitches, so yours might actually be smaller than that. But yeah, I don't like how this head is supposedly standing. I think maybe they should have had you, I guess I understand because they don't want you to work with so many obstacles, but they should have had the wire continuous, like maybe a 20 inch instead of a 14 inch, I think it said. and have you fold it in half and have it like all one piece and just knit around it. But yeah, so I thought the head was really big. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, I think it's okay compared to the body. But yeah, at any rate, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to try to punch out the third video as soon as I post this one. So that might be the next day or so. So thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.